Next story takes place in Boston. Jean just wanted to get away from the toxic boyfriend she was living with. She found a small apartment in the newspaper and she was surprised it was still available. The new landlord was strange. She hadn't met him and his phone calls were very short and unclear. He told her the keys would be waiting under the doormat. The apartment was strange, old-fashioned and minimal, with a strange smell but spotless. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. After settling in, she called her best friend. She just wanted to let her know where she was and how she is doing. She kept unpacking the few little things she managed to bring with her when the phone in the apartment rang. She was surprised. She didn't give the number to anyone. She thought it must be a mistake, but decided to pick up. A strange voice asked, "Why are you running?" She froze. "Who is this?" she said. The voice asked again, "Why are you running?" "I'm not running from anyone," she said, and hung up. She immediately called her friend back to ask her if she is doing a prank, but then she remembered that she didn't give number to anyone. She was exhausted. She went straight to the bed, but she was not aware that someone was watching her the whole night. She woke up knowing something is wrong, but she didn't know exactly why. She went to the kitchen to make herself a coffee, and then she saw a note that someone left while she was sleeping. She was shocked. She couldn't believe with her own eyes. The note was saying, "You shouldn't lie." She rushed away from her apartment with a coffee in her hand, going back to work. Later on that day, when she got back home, she had a shower. The bathroom was full of steam, but she had a strange feeling again that someone was watching her. After she finished with the shower, she looked up at the mirror and she found the same message again. She was scared to death. She ran in the kitchen and called the police. And in her luck, the police came immediately. After a brief conversation, the detective told her that previous tenants report a similar behavior, but after some time, they all disappear. The detective gave her his number and told her to call if anything similar happened again. Meanwhile, a man in the apartment on the same floor silently watched the police leave the building. That night, she couldn't fall asleep. Lying in bed, she felt sure the person leaving the messages might come back. At one point, she heard footsteps approaching. A man was in her bedroom. He reached for her, but she sprang for the bed and grabbed a hammer that was under the pillow. She was looking the man straight in the eyes. She swung a few times and the man panicked and ran. She noticed the door across the hallway slightly open. Hoping a neighbor had heard or seen something, she stepped inside and froze. The apartment was bizarre. Messages pinned to a board, videotapes, and a camera. The place reeked. In the kitchen, grime and blood stains. She opened the fridge out of curiosity, and she saw bags containing human parts. She called the detective immediately. The police arrived and surrounded the building. They managed to identify the suspect, a serial killer linked to the missing people who had lived in the same building. She couldn't believe this was happening to her, but at least she felt she might be at peace.